In this video I'm going to be showing you how to access Microsoft Teams. Now all students have access to Microsoft Teams through their Ormiston Ilkeston Enterprise Academy account. And this is something that's set up the moment you actually start at Ormiston Ilkeston Enterprise Academy. Now to start with, we need to do a quick Google search for Microsoft Teams. Once you've done that search, it is the first link that appears and it will take you to this website. Now, as I've mentioned, students already have access to Microsoft Teams through their school account, so they don't need to sign up for free. They can just click the sign in button. When they click the sign in button, it will take you to this page. This is where they're going to enter in their login details for the school system. Now, the first thing they're going to need to do is enter in their school email address. The school email address is made up of their username at oiea.co.uk. So in this case, say we have a year 7 student who started this year called Joe Blogs. Okay, so the number they'd start with is 21 because they've started in 2021. Then the first 3 letters of their first name and the first 3 letters of their last name. We then put an @ symbol and oiea.co.uk. We can then click on next and we can enter in the school password that's linked with this account. This is the password that the student set up when they logged into the computer the first time, or if it's ever asked them to reset their password because it's expired. If for whatever reason you can't access this account because you've forgotten the password, please contact a member of staff at the school and we can sort it out. Now, once we've entered in our username and password, it should load up this page. This is 2 options about how we can use Teams. You can get the Windows app, but that means installing software. So what I would do is use the web app instead. And that'll actually bring you to a page that looks very similar to this. You should be able to see their Teams straight away. If you don't, there's a Teams button on the toolbar at the left hand side here. If you click on that, you'll see all the teams that the students are a part of. Now, you're not going to see a team for every subject because not every subject uses Teams in lessons. IT is one of the lessons that does use Teams every single lesson, so we'll see one here. And you can see there's this group here. You can usually tell the subject based on the 2 letters on the last section of the class code. Now if we click on that team, it will open it up for us. This is a clear view of what the actual team looks like for a student. We can see that we have a class notebook. We have assignments that the teacher has set up. And we can see grades based on the work that students have done. And we can also see certain channels which teachers may use to actually split work up into different topics. We can see here we've got some work for online safety. So if I click on online safety, I can see there is a new assignment there that's incomplete. And we can tell what the topic of the assignment is and the due date. Now, if we view this assignment, we can see there are 3 documents that have been attached. Some of these documents will be read only, which means that a student can click on the document, it will load the document up, and they can go through all the slides of the presentation. Once they've gone through the presentation, they can easily close it and go back to the assignment. Certain documents might be set so students actually get a copy of their own. Now what this means is that a student will not need to download the copy of this file in order to edit it. They can edit it straight in Microsoft Teams. And then they will be able to submit their work afterwards. And teachers can also add in extra resources such as videos, links to other websites that will actually help students out. Some assignments might be set up so that work has to be emailed back to a specific email address. All of that information is usually put in the instructions section here. so please make sure to read the instructions carefully. Once an assignment is done, it is worth clicking on the Hand In button. Once the Hand In button is clicked, your work is actually sent to the teacher that's in charge of this Teams, and they know exactly what you've done and when you've completed the work by. If you ever need to go back to your Teams, you can just click on the All Teams button there, and it will show you all the teams that you are currently available of. If you ever need to sign out of a Teams, you can click the button at the top right corner here and sign out, and that will allow you to leave Teams, but you will need to sign back in again if you ever want to come back onto Teams. So that's a brief overview of how Microsoft Teams works and how to access assignments and the resources within them.